Well, hello and welcome, and thank you for joining me tonight. I am David with Philippine American Couple. First, if you would please like, subscribe, share, and of course, hit that alert bell if you find any of our content interesting or enjoyable. I would greatly appreciate that. So, tonight we're going to do another weekly update of the expat and his wife's experience living in the Philippines. So, we've been here a few weeks now, and tonight, we're actually coming to you from Mactan Island or Lapu-Lapu Island, which is where the international airport is in Cebu City. We were over on the mainland, what I call the mainland, the heart of the city, but now we're actually over on the island. Seems to be a little bit nicer in this part of the city, so to speak. So, but I've been thinking about something because if you guys don't know, I taught college for many years, and I had international students. And I grew up around the Philippine community and the Korean community, the Vietnamese community in my region of the country. And so I'm very, I want to say I'm kind of aware of international cultures and things somewhat. But I had a thought this week. A question kind of came to my mind a couple of times. If you're not a citizen of a country, can you ever own a home in that country? Now, I don't mean buy property in that country. I mean, will you ever own or feel like you're at home in a country that you're not a citizenship of or a citizen of? So, and this is my question to you guys. Tell me what you think. I know a lot of people that are foreign U.S. citizens who have beautiful homes and make beautiful lives in the United States and in other countries. But as I pondered this thought this week, it kind of came to me that everybody I knew who was happy in a foreign country actually were citizens of that foreign country, and they became home owners, not land or house owners. So to me, there's a big difference between somebody who owns a house and somebody who owns a home. So that was just kind of my question this week as I started talking to people back in the States and talking to people here. Was that's just kind of something that came up. I wonder what you guys think. Can you ever be at home in a foreign country or a country that you're not a citizen of? All right, so that's one question for you guys. Now let's see. It's almost Christmas, of course. It's December, mid-December now. Yes, it is hot in the Philippines. Yes, it is raining a lot in the Philippines, without question. So one thing I'll tell you to do is, since it is Christmas, if you're going to come over here, take the opportunity to go visit the malls. They really go gangbusters at the malls for the Christmas holidays. They really enjoy decorating for some reason. So it gets quite festive here. Now, don't just go to one mall. Please go to multiple malls because they all kind of do it a little differently. The small ones do a small thing. The big ones have this gigantic, display and array. The outdoor malls, the park areas around the malls are all done up. So if you're going to be here during Christmas at all, I would encourage you definitely to go visit the outdoor malls, the indoor malls, and take advantage and kind of get a grasp of how much they really like Christmas, even though, guys and girls, my wife told me that Santa doesn't come visit the Philippines because the North Pole is too far away. That's why the kids don't get presents on Christmas morning. They get them on Christmas Eve for mommy and daddy because Santa Claus can't make it here on Christmas morning. I don't know. I always thought Santa Claus had a magical sleigh and can go anywhere, everywhere in a matter of blink of an eye. So I don't know. Just saying. Now thinking of the malls. The funny thing was a good friend I was talking to who's moved here from the United States, military guy, and he told me we were talking about some cars and some other drama and some other stuff going on in the Philippines that we experienced. And one thing he reminded me to do was he's like, You got to remember to de-stress when you're in the Philippines. Because most people think the Philippines is stress free. I'm telling you guys, it's not. There's a lot of stress here. So you got to make those opportunities to stress free. And he said, you know what? Why don't you go get a massage? And I told him, I said, you know what? Actually, I just did. And let me tell you. So here's what I want to tell you about massages, guys. So there was three of us. We went over to the mall, the local mall, to a not a massage parlor, but a beauty salon type environment. And we all got mani and pedis. I don't know. And we got foot massages. And so for three of us, and the girls had their toenails painted. I did not. I think it ran us, let me look, almost $30, including tips for three of us. That's good money. Mani pedis, foot massage, or foot scrubby thingies. Which is really nice. So take advantage of that. But while I was sitting there enjoying my foot massage, it kind of dawned on me and something that came to me. If you're going to be single or you're going to come to the Philippines to hang out and be single, go get a foot massage. A lot of beautiful women at the beauty parlor places. I don't know what they're called. Salons. I guess they're called salons. My wife calls them saloons. I call them salons. So there's a lot there. So that's something to keep in mind for you single people when you get here. All right, let's see. Let's keep moving on. Um, ah, I was wondering because over the years I've done a lot of research and a lot of YouTube videos, and I've been here multiple times, and I've never had a hankering for Western foods. So the fact that we're trying to stay over here, permanently, or at least for the next 6, 7 years, I was wondering how soon it would kick in my desire for Western food, Western goods. Well, it didn't take long. Let me tell you. I had to go find some Heinz ketchup, some real ketchup, not that banana ketchup. And I had to go find some tartar sauce, which I still haven't found the brand I wanted. So somebody back home may have to send me a case of that. But so it's kind of funny when we went to the big store, instead of taking Lorelei to go look for the Asian stores, we had to go look for the Western department inside the grocery store. So that was kind of a new twist. But the good news is most of the stores, especially the bigger ones, will definitely have a Western section for you guys. Not only American foods, but German and Australia foods also, European foods. So there's a lot of choices in the really, really big malls for Western goods. Now they're a little pricey, but if you can't stand banana ketchup, and you got to have real tomato ketchup. Hey, thinking of ketchup, and I wasn't going to talk about this, but let me segue. We've been eating pizza here in the, well, let me say this. I've been trying to find pizza to eat here in the Philippines. Well, I don't know what they do. I haven't figured it out, but they don't use tomato sauce. It's not tomato sauce. It's like watered down ketchup, banana ketchup or something. So it doesn't quite work. So don't get your hopes up high on good pizza. The closest I've come to anything tasting remotely like traditional pizza would be Yellow Cab. But I'm telling you, I've tried 4 or 5 already. Not so good. Anyway, all right. Enough about picking on the food and talking about food and here. Let me have a. Yeah. So here's something very serious, and I mean this very seriously, guys and girls, because I hope some of you wives are watching these videos. I've had to explain to my wife, who is from Cebu, this is her hometown, that after being gone to the United States for as long as she had and marrying a foreigner, the locals don't see her as a local girl. She is not a local Filipina anymore. I know this sounds bad and some of you may get upset about this, but they actually see her as a cash cow, just like they see me. You know, they see her as being married to a foreigner, whether it's an Englander, you know, an Australian, whatever. It doesn't matter, German. We're learning the hard way, and I think she's having to learn that when she meets these people locally and they talk to her, they're really not genuine in their affection for her. They're more interested in the dollars um, behind her is what they're really interested in, and that's a very sad thing. So very sad. So I want to encourage you guys to understand that when you bring your wives over here, and we're counting on them to be the local, they may not be seen as a local anymore. They just may not happen. So that's a sad thing, guys. But that's a very important thing I want to make out to you guys. So here's something else I found very interesting. You know, I was here back in 2015 or 2014, 2015. We came back even back in 2019, about 6 8 months before the pandemic started. Now this may get me in a lot of trouble, but it seems like the pandemic has been really, really, really rough on the waistline of the Philippine people. You know, back collegiately, we talk about that when we send our kids to college for the first year, they gain like the freshman 10. I'm going to say it looks like they've gained a COVID 20 since the pandemic hit, which is interesting. So, this will probably get me in trouble, guys. But that's just something I've seen and noticed since being back that it really does appear to be an extra 20 due to COVID, maybe. So that's kind of interesting. Here's another little tip I want to give you. Now, you got to remember, it's a Catholic country, prominently Catholic. There are Methodists and Baptists and everybody else here. But the major population is Catholic. So we're around Christmas time, we're around Holy Mass time, the masses are happening. Let me tell you, you better pay attention to the mass schedule because of traffic. There is so much traffic when everybody, and I mean everybody, comes out of the woodwork wanting to go to the Catholic Church to do their mass, that you're not going to go anywhere. It's bumper to bumper parking lot on the main roads. So, no, which is great because everybody wants to go to church. But if you're not going to the Mass, or if you don't plan a 3 hour ahead to get to the Mass, it's going to be a long day getting you to the Mass. So keep that in mind when you're traveling during the holiday seasons and Easter maybe, and those other religious holidays that they really enjoy going to church, which is great. But traffic is not going to be your friend when this happens. So, but other than that, guys, it's been a pretty typical week. We'll have more videos coming up for you about different things, some traffic issues that Lorelai's took some videos. She'll do some more updates. We're going to be talking more about the dogs and how we got them here and the cost and all of that. And we just encourage you to like, subscribe, share. And remember, you can find us on Facebook on our Philippine American Couple Facebook group page. Join that. Ask us questions. If you need information, let us know. What we hope to do with all of these videos is have an open dialogue about what is or is not, what our perceptions or not our perceptions are, what we get wrong, or what maybe we don't understand about the world in general. So that's what we hope to do. All right, guys. Once again, I always try to keep these short, but until next time, take care and see you then.